Hello and welcome to episode 21 of my Salem tutorial series. This episode is going to be on how to catch butterflies and how to house them effectively. Also how to turn caterpillars into butterflies. First off, a big thank you to Tosh, a good friend from my worm series, because he mentioned the fact I had not shown you all how to get butterflies, but showed you a potion previously where you need to use them. So anyway, the Gamester is now going to set this to rights. Thank you, Tosh. Tosh, by the way, has a great channel too, so why not check him out? He's in my subscriptions, in the list of my subscriptions. Okay, let's start by showing you my skills that I have learned so far. That way you can check if you are missing any that I have learned. So let's bring up all of the skills. Okay, so we will start at the top. We have agriculture, then back alley pugilism, bark gathering, bug hunting, butchery, carpentry, childish things, collector, colonial tradesmanship, exploration, field dressing, fishing, flowers and berries, foraging, hide working, hiking, Indian tracking, law of the lumberwoods, nuts and seeds, patchwork rags, self-defense, settling, small game hunting, survival skills, and last but not least, whittling. And of course, by learning them skills, as all as they've done is opened up a world more of other skills. And trust me when I tell you, it gets much better and better and better, especially when we start getting onto the big structures. There is a lot of fun to be had in Salem, a lot of fun. Anyway, so that's my skills list. Tosh asked to see that, and by way of saying thank you to Tosh, I wanted to show them skills. Let's, I'll keep it up actually, because now we're going to need it. So let me check my notes. So where to begin with butterflies? Well, I will tell you. It starts by us learning the skill Lepidopterology. Now say that after a few drinks. We will need 410 herbs and sprouts, 980 hunting and hide working, and 340 thread and needle to learn this skill, which is of course Lepidopterology. The best way to learn this skill will be to use 3 grass whistles and 1 abandoned cobweb. So without further ado, let's get on with the show. Or whatever it is. You've all probably got your own name for what I do. Most of it's incompetent, I guess, but hey. So let's learn the cobweb first. No, the grass whistles first. So we'll study them. And of course we are heading for Lepidopterology, which is that one. Okay, so let's learn another grass whistle. And let's eat, because we got lots of food. Oh, on that note, look up here. I've got my blood to 9 now, my phlegm to 10, yellow bile to 10, and black bile to 6. So I'm nearly there at getting them all to 10. Anyway, let's study another grass whistle. Let's now study an abandoned cobweb once we've eaten a bit more. Notice the bar's not filling up now when I eat, because obviously this is only giving us so much black bile back, between 5 to 6, and of course our black bile is on 6, so if it only gives 5, hence why it's not making it to the end. Okay, let's study the cobweb. There we go. We can now learn Lepidopterology. Come on all of you, say it after me. Lepidopterology. Trust me, I had to practice that myself, but here's the challenge. Have a drink and then say that word. Anyway, here we go. Let's buy. And there's our lovely little jingle, which can only be the wonderful Salem. And we now have that skill. Okay, down here it says lepidopterology allows for the safe collection of butterflies and, more importantly, how to house them. Usage of a butterfly house allows them to pollinate in a radius around its location, of which I will be showing you, but not in this episode. Okay, so where am I? Okay, so that has now unlocked two things that we needed. A Bugcatchers Net and a Butterfly Conservatory. Now, before I jump into them, I did mention previously I was going to show you some of the things that have been unlocking. So if we go into here and we see clothes and equipment now, that we learnt that patchwork rags, we've got lots of recipes. If we go into belts and sashes, there is a snakeskin belt. But we won't be making the snakeskin belt because we want a tool belt, which we will get to, and we want a backpack. There's the purse that we want. Make sure you keep 2 dried snakeskin hides. Don't go selling them all. Keep 2 of them so we can make the snakeskin purse. But that's another episode, and it's a good one. Okay, so going on here, you'll see all of these different types of clothes. Artifacts and Artifices has all sorts of different items, from buttons and brooches to fluffings and stuffings. Yes, we will be making a stuffings later on if you want to know how to make a teddy bear, but not yet. So yeah, lots of different items you will see. One down in here though you'll see is called Pockets. And the first one you get is Patchwork Pocket. It adds an extra inventory space when slotted. So basically you can slot the item you make here into a pair of trousers that you're wearing, providing they have a slot. So if I just bring up the character window, you see here with our priestly robes and it says unused slot. Well, you need to have a pair of trousers here and they need to have at least 1 slot, unused slot, and then you can slot the pocket in. And the item that you keep in that slot you will not drop when you get knocked out. Okay, I say when because we all will get knocked out at some point. I've been lucky so far, but that snake nearly got me earlier. Anyway, but it's only 1 slot. So we will put the pockets on hold for now until we can get more than 1 slot to make it worthwhile, because it's not really worthwhile at the moment. But I will demonstrate that in the true nature of a thorough series, so we will do that. We want this tool belt though, most definitely, because it is so handy, and Alleycats mentioned it. Yes, Alleycats, you are 100% correct with your line of thinking. And also to have the backpack would be nice. Now if we're looking bags and satchels, yeah, we'll be using all of these as we progress. Not yet though. We haven't got the tool belt, I believe. Once we get it, there's our Bugcatchers Net, so that's one of the items that's just unlocked, which we are going to make and then use, hopefully, to catch a butterfly. I want to show you doing that. The second item that was unlocked is in builds and in tools and utilities, and you will now see a butterfly conservatory. Again, we will make it, and I won't be able to show you how it works just yet, because I'll tell you about that once we've made it. But don't worry, I shall leave no stone unturned. Okay, so now we have that skill, we can minimise that, because there's not going to be any more skill learning in this episode. Notice I'm keeping my inspiration up nice and high. That's simply so I can do these episodes and keep learning the new skills that we need, of which there are so many more. You know, how deep does the rabbit hole go? It goes very deep. Okay, so let's bring that up to there. Right, let's check my notes. Okay, so we unlocked the Bugcatchers Net, so let's make the Bugcatchers Net first. Then we can make the conservatory. To make a Bugcatchers Net, you will need 1 wooden handle and 1 fibre netting. I have shown you how to make both of them items in previous episodes, so without further ado, I have them here, and we will create the Bugcatchers Net. So go to Craft and Tools and left click Bugcatchers Net. Okay, so now click Craft. Away we go. And we now have a Bugcatchers net. So now, how does the Bugcatchers net work? Well, it actually, you do not need to hold it in your hands because it goes in your head slot. So if I shift left click, you'll see I'm now wearing it as a hat. Well, I am a lunatic and we are going slowly crazy, so why not? Hey, when in Rome. So there we go, that's where the Bugcatchers net goes, and you will see us catching some butterflies in a bit. If we can find one, let's see. In fact, while I'm on the subject, let's increase our black bile, because it's only on 6 still. So we gobble once, gobble twice. There we go, we're now on 7. It's all good raising them skills, really is. I'm going to get them all to 10, and then the next target will be to get them all to 15, and then we can start fighting crickets. But that's another episode, and it's a good one. Okay, so there's our Bugcatchers net, and that's how you equip it. You put it on your head in true crazy fashion. Okay, now that we have that, then let's make ourselves a butterfly conservatory. You will need the following items to make a butterfly conservatory. You will need 4 wooden blocks and 1 fibre netting. Oh yeah, we're chewing through a lot of fibre netting, aren't we? But don't worry, soon this will pass. We will move past fibre nettings, especially once we have about 10 fish traps made. But I'll do them off camera because I've already shown you how to make them. Okay, so let's show you then how to make a butterfly conservatory. Go into Build, go into Tools and Utilities, left click Butterfly Conservatory. Now what it's doing there is showing us the radius of the butterfly conservatory. Now a butterfly conservatory has 2 uses. One, it's an effective way to store your butterflies, and 2, it is for pollinating fruit orchards. Now fruit orchards will be in a future later episode, and it will be a good one, but for now we're just going to use our butterfly conservatory to store the butterflies we want to use for making that potion. The I can't even remember the name of the potion now. Let's put this down and then we can have a look. So it doesn't really matter where we put this because we don't have any fruit trees yet, so we don't have a fruit orchard. We're running out of space. What I will do, in fact, though, as you know, I will bring up the deed display, the claim display, and we will use the tool to display where, oops. Oh. Okay, so let's zoom out. I need to see where to put it, you see. I don't want to slap it down in my way. Okay, so let's go back over here and we will put it, let's put it just there. Why not? Why not indeed? So, okay, back into here, click the conservatory. We'll place it. Remember, you can shift scroll to turn it. And I'm going to put it right there. There you go. Okay, let's shift click the items in. So left click, click, scroll, shift scroll, and fibre netting, click that in. Click build. Okay, so there is a butterfly conservatory. Now if you right click on it, it will open up and you will have 16 slots, so much bigger than our current containers. So what I will do is have a look to see if I've got any. I don't think I've only got about 2 butterflies, but in future as I get the butterflies I will obviously store them all in here because it'll save me wasting space in my containers. Okay, now that we have our Bugcatchers Net, we have our Conservatory to store them, let's see if we can find some butterflies to catch. Note, catching butterflies lowers insanity a little, but it will never lower mine enough. Also note, butterflies only appear in the season Everbloom. I will talk about seasons, you've guessed it, in another episode, and it will be a good one. Okay, so let's see if we can find some butterflies. I don't know how lucky I'm going to be. I'm only going to look for a little while. I don't want to waste too much of your precious time. But what we will do is we will pick up that plant there. Because when we get to the episode on diseases, I want to be able to show you how to make the cures for the different diseases that you can get. And that is one of them. But we'll get to that. That's another episode. And it's a good one. Okay, now, where be you butterflies? Let's have a walk around. Let's close these windows. Now, keep your eyes open. If you see a butterfly, let me know. Will you? That would be so nice of you. Okay, now they're tiny little dots. But we can see them on the mini-map. So, we will keep our eyes peeled in both on the screen and also in here. And hopefully they will. Everbloom is the season that you've only seen me using. Everbloom is the season that we're currently in. It is the season that's been here for all of my episodes so far. As far as I'm aware, on Independence, on the server that I'm playing on, it's only Everbloom. I've not seen Witches change the season or the season change at all so far. So I can only presume at the moment it's staying in Everbloom. Okay, there's something else. We can pick a sunflower. Always pick flowers. They lower insanity a little every time you pick one. Not only that, they're very good for getting points for your proficiencies, as you can see with that. Very, very good. Okay though, we are looking for a butterfly. Why am I waffling about sunflowers? Okay, let's go over here and have a look. Typical. I've been seeing them flutter around me all day. In fact, they keep getting in my way as I try to walk to do something. There's a butterfly that's flying right in my way, and I have to keep walking into them. But I've had a butterfly net, I could have dealt with them. But sadly, I didn't at the time. Now, of course, now that I want to show you catching one. Wait a minute. I've just had an idea. They come as rare as a thunderbolt, but when they do, they are good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to release a butterfly. Here we go. So let's click the butterfly on the ground. There we go. Right, to catch the butterfly, it's not so easy and straightforward, but get your cursor over the butterfly and right click rapidly. Remember, like when we tried to catch them brown balls of bush, whatever they were, you know, in the tutorial episode, in the Salem tutorial episodes. There you go. As soon as you've clicked correctly, off he'll go, and he captured the butterfly. Did you see that? I hope you did. I don't want to have to do that again. So that's how you catch butterflies. Whenever you see them flapping around in the screen, zoom in, and well, not too much, because you need to. They fly all over the place, and keep rapidly right clicking on them. When you do it correctly over them, your character, your avatar, will automatically walk over to them, and you'll hear that sound of like a catching them. So there we are. That's how you catch butterflies. Right. So let's say that you can't find any butterflies at all. You're saying, Gamester, you're an idiot. There isn't no butterflies in this game. I can't find any. Well, let's show you. Even though you've just been horrid to me by calling me an idiot, I shall still show you how to turn caterpillars into butterflies. Now, caterpillars, you see them on the ground. You find them in these myrtle oak bushes. Let's have a look, see if there's one in there. That's where I find all mine. I also picked a couple up off the ground. So caterpillars are easy to find. Now, if you want to turn a caterpillar into a butterfly, what you do is this. Let's get to my clone. Let's find the right container. Oh, all my containers have... Oh, here we go. Perfect. Right, okay. So, left click your butterfly, your caterpillar, and you're looking for this plant, a honeysuckle kudzu. Okay? Gather up as many as you can. Then when you've got them in your pocket, left click the caterpillar and right click on the plant, the honeysuckle. When you do, you'll hear an eating sound and your caterpillar will slowly start to get fatter. And notice that's how he looks at the moment, but watch what happens. Notice the gobble points as well for the caterpillar are going up for the blood. As I eat, you're noticing, are you, the red 7's going up? Keep watching it. And see the caterpillar? Let's keep eating. Oh, I don't believe it. I've got the greediest caterpillar there is in the game. It's just eaten through. Normally when I have a caterpillar, I'll eat 3 or 4 of them and then it changes into what I wanted to show you, into a, oh, what's the word? My brain's going to go now. It changes into a cocoon. And once the caterpillar changes into the cocoon, what you then do is you put it in a container, any container that you've made, and over a period of, I believe, about 2 days, it will then change into a butterfly. So when you go and check that container at a later date, you'll notice there's no cocoon in there anymore, it's a butterfly. But as luck would not have it for me, this is the greediest caterpillar I've ever found. Normally, like I say, 3 or 4 of them honeysuckles, and they change. They're full up and fed. You can't eat anymore, and they turn into the grub. But this one, sadly, I didn't have enough. Next time I'll put 50 in my pocket, and it'll probably change on the first one I eat. So I hope that is clear enough for you. Remember, there's the wonderful Salem wiki. Just look up caterpillar, and I'm sure, or butterfly or caterpillar, and I'm sure it will mention how to do what I've just shown you. Hopefully that will be good enough for you to be able to do it yourselves. So anyway, that's an really easy way, but you've just got to find that honeysuckle. They're not always in every area, so you may have to roam around a bit. Let's put the caterpillars in there. Now notice though, for storing your caterpillars, you can only store 1 of each type in there. And there are many different types. For these duplicates, well, I'll just store them in any container where I can fit them. Guess who's going to be making more containers when this episode finishes? The one thing I will say about Salem, and me being such a hoarder, is it's a continual quest of making containers. We are always going to be finding new things to contain, and so we will be making lots of containers. The good news is the next episode is going to be on the next size up container, which is the 14 slot container. Currently we're on the 9 slot. Next up will be the 14 slot. Yes, I'm talking about pottery. Wherever you are in the world, God bless you and keep every last one of you safe. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day. I hope you enjoyed this episode on butterflies. Goodbye.